Hello. It is the start, not really. It's the day of the 24-hour Bookoplathon. It starts at 4 p.m. for me. It is now 1:30, but I wanted to get this vlog started. So if you don't know what the Bookoplathon is, it is a readathon hosted by Becca, and basically every month she has a board. It's like a Monopoly board, but it's for book prompts, and she rolls it to determine her TBR. So she made that into a readathon. I think the first one was a month-long readathon, and then last year she did a 48-hour readathon where there are live shows that are literally happening for the entirety of the 48 hours. They're on different channels. I will link everything down below if you're interested, even though
it's already happened,
so you can't participate in this round. Becca did the first roll drop in the announcement video, and the first two prompts were to read a book that's under 300 pages. It's either under 300 or 200 pages. And then the second prompt was to read a book that has gods in it. So for me, I think I'm gonna pick one prompt per roll drop, maybe, but there is a book that is a chunky book that I really want to read. We're gonna see what happens. But for this first prompt, I did pick the short book prompt, and so I am going to pick up Something is Killing the Children. I've been wanting to read this. My partner actually just like marathoned the first 3 or 4 volumes of this, so I really want to pick this up. But otherwise, if you're curious, if you're at all curious, I don't have it up here, but I'm on the 3rd book of the Farseer trilogy, and I'm just like really stuck in that world right now. So it's possible that I'm just gonna try to read the entirety of the last book in this 48 hours. It's possible that that's what I'm gonna do.
Baby, I think I'm finally starting to get you. She told me through her teeth and her perfume, I never wanna see you again. But in the morning, she's pulling off her clothes in the bathroom. I'm standing in the hall, I'll be gone soon. Who did I think I was? And it's breaking up again. Telephone lines wrapped around my neck. I don't wanna think about.
Okay, the readathon has officially started, and I have not finished Royal Assassin, so that's what I'm going to be listening to while I finish cleaning, and then I will start Something is Eating the Children. I think I'm going to watch some of the live sprints, but I'm really trying to power through the book.
You're drinking up the smoke if you're too high. You're never gonna come back down. And you said that it was Jesus who broke into your room in an earthquake. Shook you from your bed, all the glass frames shattered on the carpet floor. And it's breaking up again. Telephone lines wrapped around my neck. I don't wanna think about anything you said. I don't wanna think about anything you said.
Hello, good morning. It's like 8 o'clock right now, but I did end up waking up at 6 so that I could catch Aaron's live shows for the readathon. Those just ended. Becca's about to start some new sprints, so I might be watching those, but I am listening to the audiobook Assassin's Quest, and that is because last night I finished Royal Assassin. Oh my god. I'm gonna talk about this in another video, but wow. This is a roller coaster. I think by the time the readathon started, I still had 150 pages or something like that left of this book. So I finished that last night, but I also read Something's Killing the Children. And I just read volume 1, but I did end up buying volume 2 yesterday, and ooh, it's good. It's gory. I don't know where it's gonna go, but I liked the first volume a lot. I think only 4 volumes are out right now because it did just get published in 2021. So it is another series that I've started that like I'm gonna have to wait for things to come out. But the second roll drop, the new prompts are audiobook or ebook and a book with a color in the title. So I decided that I'm listening to the audiobook for Assassin's Quest, the 3rd book in the series, and then I have the book Delilah Green Doesn't Care, so I might read that. So I might get to a good stopping point in the audiobook and then just start physically reading Delilah Green Doesn't Care. It's almost face mask time. I don't know if you can tell. This is Gavin's live, and there's 4 minutes till face mask time, so I'm gonna wash my face and get a face mask. About these dividends to give a damn, but where is my soul? Oh my god. I figured now would be the perfect time to update. So the roll drop happened, and it is now scary book or a YA book. I think I'm gonna change the Delilah Green one to a scary book because I'm pretty sure I have a much shorter book that is a spooky book. So I'm gonna look. Oh, I do. I already saw it. Do I wanna do this one? The other one I have is Eating Women, but I kind of want to save that for Halloween. So do I really want to unsettle myself right now? I think I'm gonna do this. I think I regret this decision. I think I regret it.
Imaging looks pretty in my bed. 2 dark braids and long pale legs. Green honey eyes whispering please. Imagine, why do you do this to me? She won't stop smoking cigarettes. She won't stop kissing up and down my neck. She pulls me in, says she likes how I smell. As if my boyfriend is well.
I hated it. This is horrible lighting. I finished Things Have Gotten Worse Since We Last Spoke. I don't know how to talk about this. I don't know that I liked it, but I think I hated it. But I also couldn't stop reading it. I think ultimately it's a book that I wouldn't have picked up had I not seen a few reviews about it where people gave it 5 stars, and I felt like I have similar taste to those people in horror books, but I'm still exploring horror, So I feel like I just unlocked something, and it's that I don't think I liked this. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I found myself skimming some parts that were really disgusting, and I was definitely losing it by the end. But there were parts that I also liked. So it's not that I fully hated this book completely and utterly. I just think this isn't the type of horror for me. Even though it does its job, it makes you very uncomfortable. I was extremely uncomfortable the entire time. I actually thought it was going to go in a different direction, but it kind of went in a similar direction that I imagined. I'm not going to say I will never read anything by this author ever again, but, you know, I'll hesitate. Good morning. It's the last day of the readathon. Technically for me, it ends at 4 because that's midnight for, is it BST? So I'm actually gonna read until whenever I decide to go to bed because I did sleep in today. I was so tired and I wasn't really feeling well this morning. My head was hurting. So I decided to sleep in a little bit, even though, I mean, it's like 9:30 right now. So I didn't sleep in that much, but normally my body wakes me up at like 5:30 or 6:30, which I hate. So I slept until like 7:30. So I know you're jealous of me sleeping in. Anyway, I wanted to update you that I am 50% into Assassin's Quest, and it's painful. But I was just telling my partner last night when I was reading it that I'm so thankful that this is not the end of Fitz's story, and that we actually I think we get 2 more trilogies with Fitz involved. I think in the second trilogy that he's in, he's the main character, but I have heard that in the next trilogy that he's in, it's multi-POV, which will be interesting. I obviously have only almost read this trilogy, and I'm gonna jump right into Ship of Magic, and I'm curious if like multiple POVs becomes a thing within these trilogies. But yeah, I'm just really happy that this isn't the end of Fitz, and that this isn't the last time we'll ever see him as a character, a main character in the story, because I'm just so attached to him. Also, like, things have happened in this book that I'm like, I need to know more after the fact, okay? Because I know I'm not going to get it all in this book. Robin Hobb does love to be really detailed and give you a lot of details about things, sometimes things that don't necessarily matter or that I don't really care about that much. But we're halfway through the book, and I highly doubt that we're going to get the answers or like the conclusion that we want from certain plot points, just because time. We don't have time. I didn't realize how attached I would get to these characters. Like, I'm not ready to move on, but I'm also excited to move into more. I don't know. Anyway. Hello. Oh God. Hopefully that's better. What's up with my hair? Real trunch ball energy right now. I got 2 books. Well, I got 3 books. I did get the Something's Killing the Children, but I left it downstairs. So anyway, I got Legends and Lattes. They had a physical copy, and I just snatched it. And then it was really funny because it was on the shelf, an end cap that was like staff recommendations, and the person who recommended it watched me take it off the shelf and then was like, oh, I loved this, blah blah blah, and we started talking about it, and I was like, I just finished it a couple weeks ago and it was so good, it was like the thing that I needed. And she was like, exactly, that's why I love this book. And it was a really nice moment, and that's why I love going to bookstores. But yeah, I finished this like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and 5 out of 5 stars. I love it. It's a cozy fantasy where our main character Viv is an orc, and she wants to open a coffee shop, and in the process of doing that she meets Tandri, who becomes like kind of a co-owner, and then there's this other guy who helps her build up this coffee shop, and then there's Thimble, which I think you can kind of see in the back, and he is a mouse creature who loves baking, and he makes amazing cinnamon rolls. And so the whole time that I read this book, I just kept going out and buying and baking cinnamon rolls. I also am just hoping and praying that Travis, the author of this continues to write in this world. If not about these two and this coffee shop, like surrounding characters and their lives, I would really, really love that. And then I ended up buying The Darkness Outside Us because I did want this book from the library and our copy got lost at my library. So it's like been on hold forever, and I went and checked on it the other day and now it's missing. So I saw this and I snatched it up. And I know that Kayla recently read this and liked it. It's two boys alone in space, sworn enemies sent on the same rescue mission. I just felt like because I really like cozy sci-fi or sci-fi that's like kind of lower stakes, this would have checked that box. I don't know. I feel like Kayla and I have very similar tastes when it comes to sci-fi. The readathon is technically going to be over in 3 hours and 15 minutes, but like I said, I'm probably gonna read for the rest of the day. So I will update you whenever.
It's over. It's done. Mood.
Good morning, friends. It's the day after the readathon, and this is officially what I read. I read all of this. I managed a lot more than I thought. So I ended up starting and finishing Something's Killing the Children. This fulfills the prompt for a book under 300 pages. I really enjoy this. I want to move on with the rest of the series. It's like a monster series. It's very gory, and there's a badass main character named Erica who slaughters monsters. I also finished reading Royal Assassin, which I only read 150 pages of this in this readathon. That's all I had left of the book. And this counts for nothing. No, I mean, technically this can fulfill the prompt for audiobook because I did listen to the rest of this on audiobook. And this is the second book in the Farseer trilogy, the first one being The Assassin's Apprentice. You're still following Fitz, and things are still really devastating and sad. But I wasn't really ready to move on, so I started Assassin's Quest. I got to 612 pages. So I almost finished it because this is a little over 800 pages. It's 838 pages. So I will be finishing this today. And then the last book that I started and completed in this readathon was Things Have Gotten Worse Since We Last Spoke. This fulfills the prompt of a spooky book. This book is very unsettling. All of the conversations and interactions take place through emails and instant messaging. So it's like creepy because they don't really know each other, but the trust that's built between one another, creepy. It's creepy. Things get weird. They really do. They get very weird by the end and pretty disgusting. So that is everything that I read. I think it totals like 956 pages read throughout the 48 hours. Anyway, this was so much fun. I will leave Becca's information down below, as well as all of the information about the readathon, so that you can maybe participate next year or in the month-long one that happens. I had such a fun time. Thank you, Becca, for hosting this readathon, and all of the hosts that did the live shows, because the live shows were really fun, and that's kind of one of the best parts about this readathon. But if you participated, let me know how you did. How much did you read? What were your favorite books for the readathon? And I will talk to you next time. Bye!